What's up? How are you doing? I came on a little bit early. Hope you guys don't mind. I didn't have a video today, so I apologize. So I figured I would just go live so I can at least keep the ball rolling. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I had no idea what to film about. I'm losing my creativity. Chilling with my cat, nice. I did a lot of spring cleaning today. Lots and lots of it. How have you been? I've been okay. I've been dealing with a lot of anxiety, unfortunately, but I'm in the middle of figuring all that out with therapists and psychiatrists. That's my dog, if you can hear that. But yeah, I've been dealing with a lot of that. But I have a question. What's your question? I hope you feel better soon. Me too. Thank you, though. My dog's about to attack another dog. Ask your question, but I'll be right back. I gotta go get my dog. Alright, you could ask your question if you still have it. Of course, now the sun wants to come out. I actually have a question too. The more questions, the better. So go ahead, lay it on me. What packer would you recommend that's cheap? Just a packer or like a STP and everything? If just a packer, Mr. Limpies are pretty cheap. The quality's not that great and they don't last that long, but you get what you pay for. So Mr. Limpy is one of the first ones I've used back in the day. And I don't exactly remember the price, but I know they're not expensive. I've been looking for more realistic ones, but they're all expensive. Yeah, so Mr. Limpy, I haven't been on Mr. Limpy's site in a while, so they may have upgraded them because I got one like 5 years ago, but they may have ones that are improved now. But I would check their site out and see because I know their cost isn't that bad, or it wasn't that bad before. The realistic ones are like the Real Magic and what else? Real Magic. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But unfortunately, Real Magic is pretty expensive. I have my computer right here so I can look for you. See what I can find. Mr. Limpy. FTM Packer. Will I get an Adam's apple from testosterone? It's not guaranteed, but you do. Technically, you do. It just depends on how much it'll show. Everyone's kind of grows differently, so I can't give you an exact, but yeah. So I'm not going to show you what I'm looking at just because I don't want to get demonetized or whatever. But the one I'm looking at, like as soon as you click on their site on Trans Guy Supply, There's a Mr. Limpy for $15.95 for a small. And it's realistic in the sense of like the molding, like it looks like one, but there's not like the crazy detail of like the veins and all that extra stuff. But for $15.95, you can't beat it. Like that's pretty cheap. At least I would say that's pretty cheap. What other ones do they got? They have another one that does have veins on it. It's $36 for a 4-inch, 5-inch. Yeah, so for Trans Guy Supply site, it ranges from $15.95 to about $60. So I would say that's pretty decent price. Mr. Limpy, yeah. Is that how you spell it? Yeah, that's how you spell it. If you just go on transguysupply.com, you'll see them on there. Or you could just Google Mr. Limpy and they'll come up. They even have packing gear, STPs, binders, grooming, and more apparel. You're welcome. I hope you find one that you get good use out of, because I have horrible experiences with Packers. They just don't work out for me. What happens in the bottom growth FTM testosterone? Bottom growth, pretty much I'm not going to say the word just because it's kind of cringy, but CLIT, that will grow. The best way to explain it is cisgender men and cisgender women both have the same anatomy pieces when they are inside of their mother. When you're inside of your mother, you either get an X chromosome, 2 X's, or you get an X and a Y. When you get an XY, your organs will shapeshift into a penis, and if you have an XX, then your CLIT will just remain how it is. So if you get the XY chromosome, the CLIT will get bigger into a penis, and if you don't get the XY chromosome, then it won't grow into a penis and it'll just stay as a CLIT. So when you take testosterone, the same thing happens. Pretty much you take testosterone and your body kind of thinks it's being reborn, so your organs will shapeshift, and your CLIT, if you were born female, that will just grow into a very small micro penis, because it's the same equipment. Men and women have the same equipment because we're human beings, and depending on if you have more testosterone in your body or more estrogen, then that'll determine and tell your brain and your body how to grow specific body parts. So yeah, when you're female to male, your CLIT will just grow in length and get to between like 1.5 and 3 inches. You could possibly get a little bigger, but that's pushing it. But typically it'll get to like 1.5 to 2 inches long, and it does look like the head of a penis pretty much. So, but your hole and all that other stuff stays the same, still looks like a cisgender woman's anatomy until you have further surgery. I love your videos. Thank you. I was just telling everyone when I first got on here that I apologize because I'm like in such a creative funk. I don't know what to post. I'm like teeter-tottering on like doing more family style videos, or really sticking to just like transgender topics, and I'm just like overwhelmed. So like I'm just not like creative right now, I guess you could say. And yeah, it's stressing me out because I want to keep making videos, but like I also don't want to force them. What do you think the best age for starting tea is? So this is just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. And honestly, like, I think anyone can do it whenever they feel it is beneficial to do it. But for me, I would say that the best time is over 18, and honestly, even like 21. And I know for some people, you're like, well, I think it should be 16, or like, nobody knows my body but me. That's very true. But in my opinion, I just think it would be smarter to do it when you are a full grown adult because your brain is not fully developed. And I always tell myself I wish I transitioned at like 15, 16, but then in the back of my mind, I also am very grateful that I waited until I was a full blown adult because like you just don't know. Like I would have thought of myself to be so naive and young to make such a huge decision about my body. And although my transition was successful, like I don't regret it. Like you never know. I could have regretted it and like I would have hated to regret something from a decision of a child. But yeah. Some people didn't agree when I said like the whole I would prefer to not have transgender children. They took it the wrong way, but like I have my reasons and it is what it is. I agree. I just wanted to know your thought. Yes. I want to do it at 16. 16 is the limit for testosterone, right? Honestly, I don't know. Someone in here probably knows the answer to that, but I don't want to say yes and it be wrong. I actually started transitioning at the age of 10, I think. Wow. It was just my appearance. Oh, so yeah. So for that, I don't mind it. So honestly, like I think children should be able to transition like with clothing and pronouns. And like honestly, if they want to do it at 5 years old, so be it. They're experimenting, they're trying to understand themselves, that's fine. But when it comes to like the whole hormone blockers and starting testosterone or starting estrogen, like that to me as a child, but again, to each their own. And I'm not knocking anyone that does want to do it or does go through with it. If it's for you, it's for you. So, but I'm totally on board with like allowing my child to express themselves through clothing and through pronouns. I want to do it at 18 just so I know. Smart, smart. I'm 11-year-old trans guy and they banned blockers, but I'm scared and I came out as trans and started transitioning when I was 10. Oh, they blocked it for you guys? What state are you in? It is getting pretty scary with all these laws that are just like coming out of the blue. And it's like they're doing them like with no thought. It's like we can't even have our say into like why it shouldn't be a thing, but that's America for you. South Carolina. A little hinty hint from my last video when I said I have an announcement and like I had a hint in that video. You guys are gonna figure it out very soon, but like, so let's just say I'm nervous with all of these new state laws because my announcement involves this scary stuff. And I'm just really nervous because like where I live right now in New York, it's it's calm, but I can't say that in the future. I don't know if I can say that in the future. Hey, I absolutely love you and your channel. Thank you so much. I live in a kind of homophobic state. I'm scared because I started puberty at 10 and the doctor said I'm gonna get way more now. I'm sorry to hear that. I feel like you should start transitioning medically at the age of 16, but clothing, pronouns, and binding can be started when you see fit. That's understandable. The only thing with binding though, I get nervous. So I never binded because my chest wasn't big enough, so I didn't have to do that. But like binding, I think it's okay, but if a child is going to do it, they just need to be super careful because again, children don't really understand like what's right from wrong all the time, or they don't understand like this is going to harm my body because I'm not doing it right or I'm over wearing it. I feel like binding can be very scary for anyone, but definitely for children, especially when I understand that a child who may be female to male does not want their chest to grow, but unfortunately that it's gonna happen. And when you're binding and a child who may not really understand the dangers of over wearing a binder while their body is developing can be very dangerous. So I would be careful with like children who bind, but then again, to each their own. And as long as it's practice safely, then it's okay. But it's just something to be very careful with. I'm 14 and I dress like a tomboy and have cut my hair, but not so short. But I feel like my parents know, but it's scary because I don't know what to do because I'm scared if they might get mad at me. The best thing you can do, as long as you feel like you have a safe place and your parents are like safe people, just talk to them. And honestly, maybe they do already know. They're just waiting for you to come to them, and they may not even have a problem with it. That ended up being the reality with my household. I was so scared to tell my mom, and I don't even know why, because like she's never expressed anything like homophobic or transphobic before. But as a kid, you just sometimes you don't want to go to your parents, and that's how I was. And then I ended up going to her, and she was like, "I already knew," and then I felt really dumb because it's like, wow, this whole time I was freaking out, and it's like she already knew and did not care. So sometimes it's easier to just pull the band-aid off because it is going to be a lot more relieving. I just realized, guys, I'm not wearing a hat. You get to see my hair because everybody thinks I'm bald, so everyone thinks that I hide my hair, or everyone thinks I wear a hat because they think I'm bald or I'm balding. And I am balding slowly, but like you can barely tell. Just like right here. But we just gonna hide that. As long as you do it safely, that's good. Sway away from binding tape. Oops. Binding tape, never sleep in your binder ever. To tell in chat, please look up how to bind. Yes, true. Definitely look it up, and definitely do not sleep with a binder. One time I accidentally fell asleep in a binder. It's okay if it was like on accident, just don't make it a habit, obviously. Because the thing is, it compresses you so much that like it can mess with your breathing. I just like looked at my computer and I forgot that I was looking up Packers for someone, and like I just looked at it and there's just a bunch of wieners. How do you stay positive in a world that is still full of homophobia and transphobia? To be honest, it is hard, especially right now because I'm going through a lot, anxiety wise and depression wise. Nothing that has to do with like being trans, but just in general, like work, adulting, normal stuff that everyone goes through. But um, for part of it, I try to just not overlook at social media when it comes to all the negativity that's being portrayed, because some of it is false news, and I just try and stick to the facts. And also, when it comes to just people in general being transphobic or homophobic, I don't care what people have to say. Even if I wasn't trans, someone would have something to say about my skin color. Even if I wasn't black, someone would have something to say about my height. Even if I was tall, someone would have something to say about anything. I don't know. But like at the end of the day, someone's going to always have something to say. And I just happen to be trans. So I guess that's the topic of choice that people like to judge me for. And it is what it is. I mean, you can't run away from it, so you might as well embrace it. That sun just disappeared. Ugh. I don't know my dad, but I want to contact him for you. You recommend if I contact him when I'm not fully transitioning or transitioned, or meet and contact him when I'm fully transitioned. I don't know if he's transphobic or not. If you reach out to him, just try and ask him without asking him. Like, just try and bring up something that has to do with like recent news, like, oh, hey, Dad, have you heard? Da 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 da, and see what he has to say about it. That's how I would do it. Just kind of teeter totter around the idea of just trans topics in general, and just see like if he's team trans or team anti-trans, and go from there. What are your thoughts on the Bud Light controversy? I think it is so silly. Like, I don't know. People just get mad over nothing at this point. I just think people are soft. It is what it is. This country is so worried about all the wrong things in life. I do think that like everything pride-wise is a little pushed. Like I feel like we're trying to over push the idea of acceptance and inclusion. And I mean, I still agree with it. Like I think it's pretty cool, but I just think sometimes it is like super pushed. So that's probably why people get so mad, but it's not that serious. I feel like since my voice hasn't changed yet and I could probably just talk to him, then meet him when I'm 18 and fully transitioned. That could work. I mean, at the end of the day, something like that, just do what you think is right, because it's hard for me to give you any type of input because I don't know you and I don't know your dad and I don't really understand the relationship that may have happened or like why you don't really know him like that. So it's hard for me to really give you advice, but just do what you think is best. Well said. Thank you. My arm looks brolic. That looks crazy. It's not proportionate with my head at all. And I need some lotion. Forgot to take my medicine. Where is your son? He's in his room playing. Guys, so I take this tiny, tiny pill. Look how small it is. And I literally just learned how to swallow pills. So, like, this is still kind of hard for me, but to me, it's massive. I also want to be in the NFL, and I'm lucky because I got held back. So in high school, I'll be 18, so I can get top surgery and get a male birth certificate. And most likely, people will think I'm cis. So how does that work? There's 12 people in here, so can trans people actually be in the NFL? Like, would they be allowed to? I say would they, like I'm not trans. Would we be allowed to? Oh. I jinxed it. I I have to do this away from the camera because I think I'm getting like pill shy. There could be many trans people in the NFL right now probably change their birth certificate. Makes sense. I think it would depend on the person. I need to stand up so I'm not in the frame because like trying to take this pill is really embarrassing. Whew. I did it. To me, I think it depends if your college team accepts you on their team because you need to go to college football for the NFL. Makes sense. I never really thought about that. Like, I've never really thought of the idea of trans men or trans women being in like professional sports. And like you said, they probably are, and we just don't even know it because all of their certificates are changed. But that'd be pretty cool. But I also feel like if there was, we would know about it because it's like you would see it on the news somehow. It would be found out. It would definitely be found out. But who knows? Maybe. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. I want to join. Yeah, people do judge a lot. And it's definitely okay to live stealth. Like, a lot of people will ask me, like, why don't you just live stealth? You'd pass so well, no one would even know, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I could do that, but in the same breath, I don't know. I enjoy being trans, so, like, to me, it's not something that I care to be judged about because it's just who I am, and people are either gonna agree with it or not, so... Carolina Panthers have a trans female cheerleader? Oh, wow. I never knew that. That's pretty cool. Yo, if you guys have not already, make sure you like this video because it still counts as like a video. So all the likes and all the views, they help so much. They help the channel. And I want to get as many friends as we can in here, and it'll allow you guys to meet new people as well. So if you haven't already, hit the like button because I see 9 people have liked it. Now 10 people have liked it. What's better, trans tape or binders? I guess it just depends on how safely you use them. But I used to use tape, but I know a lot of people use binders, so I preferred the tapes, but I never used a binder before. Oh. Trans tape is safer to use than binders. Yeah, back in the day, I used to use the sports tape in Walmart, but now they make like actual trans tape, So yeah, I feel like trans tape is better just because like it can be hidden easier, whereas like a binder, that's like a full-on shirt. Or like the what are they called? The ones that are like halfway. It's no different to me than a sports bra, and to me it defeated the purpose. Hello, hello. I was telling everyone before, if you're new in here, make sure to like the video because it helps the algorithm a lot. And I want to try and get as many friends as possible. And I would love to educate as many people as I can. So when you guys like my videos and watch like the entirety of my videos, it goes a long way. How's it going? It's going pretty good. And you can swim and shower with the trans tape, unlike binders, exactly. And binders, like, they can get kind of gross. Like, if you're not keeping up with washing it often, they can get real nasty real quick, so. What's up? I was in your previous stream, I think. You might have been. Hello, hello. Thank you for liking the video, guys. We're at 14 likes. I appreciate it. The Thanksgiving one? That was a long time ago. Probably. You probably were. While there are 10 people in here, if you guys could leave recommendations for videos that I could do that you would be interested in watching, please let me know. Because the reason I didn't have a video this week is because I ran out of ideas. I had no idea what videos to make. Um, I've hit a creative funk and I have no idea what to post. I've missed your streams. Yeah, I need to start going more often. That's what I do. I usually only go live when I don't have a video for you guys, just because I want you guys to be able to see something, so might as well see me live. How are you doing lately? I'm doing okay. I've seen better days, and I've had better days, but I'm hanging in there and I'm staying positive. That makes sense. Yep. I'm gonna write down some of these ideas that you guys have for videos, because it'll help me a lot. What are things I should know about top surgery before and after? How can you have a flat chest coming out to your... Wait, I'm misreading this. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Check out Jamie Dodger. Okay. But one thing with that, obviously, I would see what their videos are like, but I would not copy their videos just because that'd be silly. But I'll definitely check them out just for like inspiration. In-depth video on binder safety and care. In-depth. On binder safety and care. Hello. He has great ideas. You could probably ask him before you get inspired. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. These are good ideas so far, so I appreciate that. I just got here. I'm gonna be lame and head out. I'll be back soon though. Appreciate it. I really do appreciate you stopping in. I'm too poor to get a binder or trans tape. What could I use instead? So yeah, I'm gonna jot all these ideas down and hopefully think of some videos and get some content together for you guys, because like obviously I want to do videos that are gonna interest you guys and also educate you guys. So before I got a binder, I wore multiple shirts and a tank top. Yeah, I used to like layer up, I'm not even gonna lie, but yeah. Also, do you guys like videos, like what type of scenery do you guys like? What draws you guys into videos? Me sitting here like this, just in my room, how I normally do videos, or would you like me to like do videos like in my car and have it like hooked up to my front window? Like what kind of style do you guys like? Car, bedroom, and outside. Yeah, I definitely want to do some outside ones, like just in the grass or something, for the aesthetic. So pretty much like the video styles I normally have are okay then, because I do them in my car. I like to do them like right here, and yeah. So that's good to know. In a video, how to be safe as a trans person in public. That's a good one. I think traveling or vlogs are a good idea. Well, I will say in the near future that will definitely be happening, because of my future news. I have a question. What is the most important thing to know before and after? So, before and after top surgery. Can you also make top surgery tips and things like before and after videos? Yes, I can. Alright, I think that's a good start. I appreciate you guys for helping me out with that. I think I'm gonna end it right here. Have you tried it yet? No, I haven't tried that type of, I haven't used any gels. I used just cocoa butter for my scars, and I would say it helped, kind of. Like, hopefully I don't get demonetized. But they're dark, but because I have, like, pecs, kind of, they just get kind of hidden. But I just used cocoa butter, and it worked, so yeah. I appreciate you guys coming in this live, though. I'm gonna go head off because I need to go tell little man to get in the shower, and my girlfriend will be home in like an hour. So I do appreciate you guys joining in my live. I apologize for not having a video this week. Hopefully I do get one up for next week. If I don't, I'll go live again. And yeah, so catch you guys in the next one. Stay true, be you. Pew. That's awkward because I'm on live. But yeah, peace.